Jaya. Is it Jaya, right?
Yes, ma'am, Jaya.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm pretty good, ma'am. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm really sorry for being late. Actually, there was a learner who had so many doubts, so I was just answering them. So,
Yes,
in
ma'am.
spite of being
No
quick,
problem.
I just missed 3 minutes. Anyway, we're meeting for the very first time, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. So, I can assume that you are Bengali?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Please tell me something about you, Miss Jaya.
Yes, so my name is Jaya Ghosh. I hail from Kolkata and I'm a banker. I work in a rural bank in Kolkata. And if I talk about my hobbies, I love watching movies. I love to listen to music and sometimes I read fiction.
Great. Being a Bengali, always interested into reading or maybe music, right? So I love Bengalis. I love their food and I love their love for art. All right. So I will quickly introduce myself to you and then we'll move forward with the session. And usually, in my first session with anyone, I try to have conversations with them because I want to know more about you so that we can get comfortable with each other as a learner and teacher. All right. So, as you can see, my name is Ashna and I'm connecting to you from Punjab. I have done my master's in journalism and mass communication. And since then, I'm a soft skill trainer. It's been 6 years now. And I've also worked as an assistant professor for about 2 years in between. Before COVID, I used to take my offline sessions, and since COVID, I'm just working from home. I'm taking virtual sessions, and my specialization is business communication, personality development, and spoken English. That is all about me. So, yes, tell me, why are you here? Why do you want to work on your language?
It's mainly because my personality development. Uh, because nowadays, learning English is a necessity. So I don't want to stay behind. I also want to be fluent in English.
All right. Whereas I can see you have a good pronunciation already. So, what problems you face in everyday communication?
I do not speak in English on a daily basis, so that's a problem. And I have lots of problems regarding English communication. Sometimes I mix tenses. I can't find right word at the right time.
Hmm.
I know these words. I know how to say those things in my native language, but when it comes to speaking in English, I sometimes I don't know how to say that word in English.
Hmm.
So while speaking, I get stuck because of this, and also I get tense while speaking. So there
Everybody's
are a
problem.
lot of problems.
Lot of problem. Lot of little problems. See, usually all the problems we have in English language, you will very much understand that is because we are not speaking in language frequently. When we have to learn any language, we don't basically have to learn the grammar of it. We basically have to be comfortable with the language. We should be speaking that language. I always tell my learners that even if I teach you noun, verbs, tenses, you will not learn a language. You will learn a language by speaking it. You come to Punjab, live here for a month without learning Punjabi, you will learn some parts of Punjabi because you're observing that every day. So first, I want to be clear in that for learning any language, first step is speaking the language. Start with speaking incorrectly. It's fine, not a problem. Gradually, you will be corrected by us also, and generally also, and gradually you will be good in the language. Second thing is surround yourself with that language. Observing the language and listening to language often also help us learn the language. As I told you, that if you will move to any city, live there for a month or two, you will definitely pick up some parts of their language. That happens naturally. That happens because we're listening to that language often. So you have to do that as a learner. Surround yourself with the language through contents, through speaking. Listen to people. Read books. You already love reading. Listen. Watch movies. Visually, audio, whatever you like to do. You just surround yourself with the language, right? So just
Yes.
to keep the basics clear. Okay, so I love Bengal. I love Kolkata, the culture, the everything. So tell me three things that you love about your place.
Three things that I love about the place is that The people here is always busy. They are
People
doing
here are. People is what? Plural?
plural.
People
Yes.
here are. Mm-hmm.
Yes. People here are always busy.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, my hometown is far from Kolkata. Now, I live in Kolkata, but when I moved to Kolkata, like 10 years back, 10 years
It's
ago,
been long.
so
Mm-hmm.
that time I could feel the difference that here people are so busy. They are doing their work. The students who are studying in colleges, they used to give tuition. So, always they are doing something or the other. So that is the good thing. They don't have leisure time and they are not chit chatting with their friends all the time. So it's a good thing about Kolkata. And also here, there are lots of places that you can visit. The food here is amazing, let alone
I,
the street foods. So I'm sure you have heard about pani puri and we
puchka?
call it puchka.
You be,
Yes,
puchka. Mm-hmm.
yes, and egg roll. Egg roll here in
Again,
Kolkata is also very famous. Yes,
famous, yeah.
yes, and biryani. So there are lots of food items. And what else? And the city itself is, it will give you a friendly vibe. People here are also friendly. They welcome you with all their heart, and I'm sure you will enjoy when you come here. So,
Yes,
have you
I
been to Kolkata before?
no, no, I've never been to. Although I plan to. I really want to visit Kolkata. I love the place, and also in movies. Also, they show it in such a great way. I always feel like yeah, I have to go to Kolkata. And anyway, being a Punjabi, I have a relationship with food since I was born. You must have
Yes.
heard that Punjabis love food.
Love
They
food.
also love
Yes.
other things, but yes, food, of course, is very important part of their life. So, as for me, I love food, be it cooking it, be it eating it. So, whenever there is a learner from any different part of the country, like you are from Bengal, it's really far away from my place. I do have learners from Assam, from Manipur, from south, down south. So, I do ask about food. I love to talk about food. So, that is why my first question usually is about food. Okay, now coming up to you. So, tell me, Jaya, five qualities that you think you have and helps you about yourself.
Right. Qualities that I have.
Hmm.
So, I'm hardworking. I am ambitious. Um, I'm introvert. I'm lazy,
Okay.
and what else? I'm a good observer. I
Okay.
observe everything around
Really
me.
well. Okay.
Yes.
So, how will you justify saying that you are a hardworking lady and plus lazy? How that both goes
So,
well?
yes, most of the time, I basically lead a sedentary lifestyle because I work where I work. I I have to sit for the longest time, and then when I come back, either I'm reading a book, sitting sitting at a comfortable place, or maybe lying down and watching movies or something. So I'm not doing anything active. So that's why I call myself a lazy person. Even if I want something like a glass of water, I ask someone to give that to me. So that's why I
That,
call
that's
myself lazy. And
okay.
when it comes to hard work, when I'm determined to do something, when I
Hmm.
really desire to get something, then I will work hard for it.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm very similar, so I can relate. Okay. So, Jaya, just two corrections here. What you said is also okay, but if you want to be sound more sound better in English, I sit for long duration, not for longest time. I sit for longer durations. I sit for long duration. Okay, I sit for very long, something like that. And Next, you said, I don't do anything active. I am usually not active. Don't do anything active is not a verb. एक्टिव इज अ नाउन. ठीक है, तो आप उसको इस तरह से यूज नहीं कर सकते. डू के साथ एक्टिव नहीं आ सकता. आई एम यूजली नॉट एक्टिव और आई एम यूजली नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग फिजिकल exercise or anything which any movement of my body. Okay, anything relating to physical movement, so something like that you can use. Or you can avoid both of the sentence. You can say, I usually don't have a very active lifestyle.
Yes.
There you can use, right? Great. Okay. So, Jaya, if I ask you that you have to leave Kolkata and you have to migrate to some other place in India, where would you do? Like you, I know that you love your place, but still, if you have a option, where will you go and why?
It would be for sure South India, Kerala
South India.
especially.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. And
I
why
love
so?
to visit the place. Yes, it's in my bucket list. And
Mm.
it's because I don't have friends from there, but what I
Mm-hmm.
see in movies, their
Mm-hmm.
houses, their food, their
Mm.
cultures, I'm fascinated about that. So I really
Mm.
want to go there and stay for some time so that I can understand,
I've been to
who they
Kerala.
are and
It's a beautiful place.
okay.
I just went there last year only in June, I guess, June, July. It is a beautiful place. You truly have said something really good. It's a great place to live. Anyway, coming to something else. So, tell me that what are top three things in your bucket list?
Top three things. I want to start a business.
Oh.
It's a long term goal for me. I want to visit uh, most of the places in India. I want to
Mhm.
cover most of the places. And third would be I want to be fluent in English.
Okay, okay. Are you reading anything currently? Any book you're currently reading?
No, actually, I bought one book
Mm.
uh, last year. So then I couldn't get time to read the book. So the last week I started reading it, but
Mm.
I have only read 2 pages so
Mhm.
far. So the name of the book is my God, I can't recall. So it's written by Oscar Wilde, The
Mhm.
Portrait of Dorian Gray.
Mhm. Okay, and what is your favorite book? Which is your favorite book?
My favorite book. I've read quite a few books,
Mhm.
and they are mostly easy books, thin, easy books, so that I can understand. So the best book that I read was A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I loved
Oh.
the book. Yes,
Mhm. Okay,
and
so yeah, continue. Sorry, you want to say something?
there are other few books. There is one book written by Sudha Murthy ma'am. So the name of the book is Gently Falls the Bakula. I like that too. Uh,
Mhm.
yes.
Okay, so we'll do a very quick activity here, and after that we'll conclude, and I will try to give you a wholesome feedback about you and recommend few things which you could do. So you can choose one of the books which you have told me right now, one by Sudha Murthy and one by Charles Dickens. Choose one and give me a proper review of it. Write in a way, like in a way, introduce the book to me, tell me what was there in the book, and tell me one lesson you learned from the book. One major, not even if not lesson, one major takeaway from the book. Any quote you loved, any sentence that touched your heart, anything like that, right? So I will listen to you and then we'll conclude. Okay, you can take a minute or so if you want to just prepare your thoughts, and then you can start whenever you feel ready.
Yes. So I would like to talk about the book Gently Falls the Bakula, written by Sudha Murthy.
Hmm.
The book is about uh, it's a story that we can see happening around us because it's about a girl and a boy. Um, uh, fell in love with each other. Both of them are studious. The girl is more intelligent than the boy, and both of their families are enemies. But somehow they used to go to the same college and they fell in love with each other, and somehow they managed their families and got married. So after getting married, the boy actually went to other place because of his work, and he was too ambitious. And the girl was, though the girl was more intelligent than her husband, but she was not ambitious. She she used to she was fond of she was fond of visiting historical places and learned new things about the different places. And so learning to her is more about getting knowledge and not about selling it and getting money. So she was not at all ambitious. So she moved with her husband, and eventually the her husband, got really busy with his work, and when and he was getting success. So and he started neglecting his wife, because when you are very successful, that means you are busy also. And most of the time he would spend in office, and when he used to come back, he used to be tired. They did not have much time. He did not have much time to spend with his wife. So later on, the girl, started feeling less uh, less loved and less recognized. So so the problem started to happen. The problems
They started to
started
face
to
problems.
arise.
Hmm.
Yes, face problems. And then at last, the girl actually decided to go with her dreams, because now she also had to, think about herself and not about her husband, because for her husband, she had no value for him. So she left her husband and uh, went and did something for her.
And did something for her. Okay.
Yes. So the
Okay.
entire story is about this, and so that's why I said we see these things happening around us. It's not a new story. It's very old one, but still I loved reading it, because the way the writer wrote the book, I loved that. And there were not many words that I didn't know the meaning. So it took very less time for me to finish the book also.
Mm-hmm.
And the lesson that I learned from it is that, though I'm also an ambitious person, so no one can stop me from doing what I want to do. But I think people should be like me. So especially women, they have to think about themselves first, and then after that about their husband and family.
All right.
Because
Okay.
families are always there for you. So
No, I completely agree. I completely agree with you that recently I felt something very similar to what you said. I became a mom. Got married only in 21, and then I became mom the last year. So there are situations in your life as a woman, especially as a woman, where circumstances made you feel like you should now quit, or even people make you feel like you should now quit or you should work little less. But I've never been like that. I'm ambitious, very ambitious, as you said. That is your quality. I feel that I am also very ambitious in my life. After I delivered my baby, just within 2 months I started working, because for me work is like a daily thing. I cannot see my life without work. Like my, it's a part of my daily. If I am having a food, I'm working. That's how it's related to me. So I feel girls should be ambitious. Otherwise, situations are such in our lives that sometimes it is very difficult for us to keep working or being even ambitious also in our life. So I think girls should be like that. And yes, you are true that family is beside you, and even if family is not supporting you, convince them. But working is important, and down the time when you are mother, you have responsibilities, you will feel that that was the best decision you make. Being financially independent is the best decision
Yes.
any lady can make for herself. It's very important. Anyway, it was such a nice explanation, Jaya. I read a book in 5 minutes, so that's a great compliment. You made me read this book, and I even after listening to story, I feel like reading the book. So I think the book is really good one. Okay, so few mistakes. I will just brief you up on the mistakes you made in the explanation. Then we'll move on to your constructive feedback. So, who fell in love with each other? I think you said something else, but you need to say this is a story of two people who fell in love with each other, and then they managed their families. You said they managed their families and got married. They convinced their families and got married. Okay. These were the two grammatical mistakes. One advice, or you can say one recommendation from my side is usually you started by explaining that stories about something we see happening around ourselves, and you just started with the story and then you come up to characters. Whereas start with the title, okay, little bit, if you can explain the title, if you understand the title of the book, explain that title, then tell the story is about two people, it's a love story, something, if, whatever it is, tell the genre. It is very important, genre of the book, right? It's a thriller, it's a love story, it's a comedy, whatever, tell that. Then first thing you should do is explain the characters. The story is the about mainly two people who love each other. The girl is less ambitious but more intelligent than boy, whereas boy is very ambitious and wants to work, and the story is about revolves around both of them. So explaining the character before is important whenever you are doing a movie review. It's a kind of a review, right? A movie review, book review. Okay. First
Yes.
explain the characters, then come up to the story.
Yes.
Okay. Rest was great. You concluded very well. You explained details very well. Rest was all okay. Explaining a book in 3 minutes is a great job. So there it is very good. Okay, coming up to your feedback. Jaya, you are very fluent with the language. Fluent in the sense that when I'm talking to you, you are not taking long pauses. I don't feel the English is very foreign to you. You're comfortable with the language. Your pronunciation is really good. You're able to answer. You're able to express yourself. So basic things are all tick marked. All are good. Even I would say more than average. What you need to work on is work more on your vocabulary, right? What I see is you are using like managed. Managed is not a right word here, but for the sake of speaking, you used it. So you have little less vocabulary with you, whereas you are trying to speak in the limited vocabulary. So there, your language becomes basic. So to upgrade the language, you should have more variety with you. Maybe using some phrases here and there, or using some great words here and there. Like if you're talking about Kerala, you can say that it has a scenic view. I'm mesmerized by the beauty of Kerala as they show in movie, right? These kind of words. That's what we should aim for, right? How can you work on that? Every day, what you do is you are reading. That's also one way. If you find a word, find out the meaning of that word and try to use that word in some other ways. Don't forget it there and then. Try to use that word in some other sentence. Okay. Second way is every day think of one basic sentence like I'm happy, I'm busy, I'm going there, I'm doing this, I'm lazy, and think how can you say the same thing in better way or in different ways, right? If you want to say, I'm asking you, Jaya, how are you, and you are saying I'm happy, you cannot say I'm happy to everyone every day. I'm overjoyed, I'm joyful, I'm cheerful, I'm over the moon, I'm on cloud 9. Okay. So
Yes.
like this, that's what you can do every day, just one sentence. It will take 2 minutes of your time. Okay, and if you're not able to do it by yourself, google it, but do it. Okay, like
Yes.
Kolkata, if you want to talk about Kolkata. So Kolkata has a mouth-watering street food. I love the taste of, the taste of food of my city. People here are very welcoming. Okay, these kind of phrases I want you to use. Rest was all okay. It was very nice meeting you, Jaya. Hope you have a good
Same
night
with
and
you.
hope we meet soon. I
Yes,
hope
ma'am.
you had a great session.
Yes, ma'am. I had a great session with you.
Thank you. All right, have a good night. Bye bye.